go. Day 12. Let's go. Where's Nancy? That is the question everybody is asking. Where is she? Unknown. Now we've had some updates. We're going to get it to you. Media is still everybody here in force. Here is where I believe we're going to spend part of the day. I'll give you an update, everybody. Here is, of course, the house. Sheriff out front. Yep, Nancy's home. There's Chris M. Everybody ready for another marathon? Tap the screen. We have our live goals. Make sure you follow. It's a very active area, I'll say that. So earlier today, there was FBI set up a tent right there. There's the front door of the alcove. And we believe that they were trying to get some evidence out of there. So right now, it's my understanding that they are processing a lot of the evidence that they have been pulling from the scene. So now, a couple things, and I want to flip and say hello to everybody. Okay, now, if we hear of, good afternoon everybody again, it is another nice day. It's day 12. We did post an update. The drones are in the air, the media's here. I don't know about that. She has not been seen. But if there's any police activity out, they're really narrowing it. And what's interesting is it's really been the areas that we have been covering. So we'll try to go. They're really making this like a 2-mile radius around her home, which is the area that that they're really drilling down on. So, and they're bringing it, they're almost expanding, from what I understand, they're kind of expanding the crime scene, if you will, at least the area of interest. Now, there is a person that they did spot with a backpack going through someone's gate. That's very significant today. So, but for those that want to know, no, she has not been found. No, there's no one in custody. So, but for those that want to know, no, she has not been found. No, there's no one in custody right now. I'll just move down a little bit because sometimes when the traffic comes, I don't want to be blocking the road in any way. She has, thank you, Lil. So, she has not been found. Right now, there's no one in custody. They have not announced a person of interest. But the sheriff did say last night, what do you guys make of this? The sheriff told the local station that no one has been ruled out. And a lot of people find that interesting, that after all this time, that no one is being ruled out. And meaning like no one has been ruled out. So we are just getting started again. I've been here. Right now it's 1:33 here in Tucson. And we're going to, stay here. I mean, I'd like to go around if there's some agents, but it's my understanding they are processing a lot of the evidence that they have been collecting and looking for. Thank you, Lil Don. A DNA match between the gloves. Thank you, Courtney. Again, who will be our first donut sender? Make sure you click the page. Now, yesterday, that was tremendous. We want to go for 1 million likes again. Continue to pump our content out there. We also have some live gifts. Now, folks, again, this is day 12. I'm not going anywhere. We are not going anywhere. Hi there, Bonnie. Share where you're watching from. Thank you. Tanya gets us started. So let's, again, I want to show you the scene. I do like that the memorial, if you will, to Nancy, where the people are dropping flowers. The memorial, if you will, to Nancy, where the people are dropping flowers, that continues to get bigger. We're going to go see this, or go see it, I should say. Okay, so again, this is the house that we have spent so much time in front of. You know, I also want to point out, this is such a lovely area. Nancy and the people around here, you enjoy a really beautiful quality of life. It's different type of, you know, it's a desert, it's barren. There, of course, is the front door of the circular driveway. But it's you know, I was just at the Starbucks in town. I mean, it's 4 minutes from there. So it's situated, the Catalina foothills, which is where we are. This is a beautiful enclave, very desirable. And here, of course, you can tell now, look at how much the flowers, the little shrine here, has definitely grown and continues to grow, as a matter of fact. So as more and more neighbors are stopping by. There's the sheriff, of course, in the driveway. I'm going to let this car come by and then we're going to go back. This is new that they're allowing people to sit there. In the past, they wouldn't even let anybody set up there. That's new, but there's also a lot of different media that are arriving from all over. So I'm not sure where they're from. I'd like to set up right there, but they're all just kind of on their phones in the shade. Now, they, from what we understand, they're really pouring over a lot of the... They're really pouring over, from what we understand, the FBI did some pretty intensive work with cameras right inside. There's the alcove where that happened. That's where the confrontation, that's where it happened, right in there. So now I can tell you, the FBI is all over this. And, you know, people are asking, why don't they get canines? And why don't I think this is Kelly O'Donnell from NBC. I'm pretty sure it is. That's a colleague of Savannah. I think that's her. I'd like to be right over there by the flowers. We'll wait. Maybe those people will get up. It's the first time I've seen that. So again, folks, what we want to do is we want to be in position that something happened that we can jump into action. I'm also curious to hear if you've seen now, the big talk is TMZ is reporting that they claim they've gotten another letter, and this time it's someone claiming, oh good, I think those people are getting up, claiming that if they don't get the Bitcoin, that something bad is going to happen. And it's like a final warning. But you guys tell me, here's someone coming to place flowers. Actually, let's go follow that. All right, that's I can't believe these people have just stopped like this. I mean, they gotta know that they're blocking traffic. I'm not sure who that is. Thank you, Mo. All right, looks like a neighbor, because she walked over, putting some flowers down at the little shrine. Now, folks, I want you to understand, I just talk in my normal voice. I know some people, I'm not whispering, but I'm not doing, I'm not on Kiss FM or Z100. I'm not doing a booming fake radio voice. I just talk in my normal voice. And if you were here standing next to me, I'm not going to yell at you. We'd be talking in a normal voice. So I know some people, why isn't he talking louder? And why isn't he, I'm not whispering. if you were standing there, it was very nice. We would just be talking normally, right? Like if you're standing next to me, I'm talking in a normal voice. I'm not saying, "You're looking live at Nancy's house. We are live shot. Where's Nancy?" Where's Nancy? I mean, I'm not doing that. So I believe that I project my voice in a way, of course you can hear it. I'm not whispering. All right, so it looks like these cars are leaving, and then we'll go down. I'd like to be right where those people are, but they have a camera, so I think they're with media. Hopefully they'll be moving. But I want to show you this image, and then you tell me, because this is the image of a man that was hopping or going through a gate. I believe it was the night before or right in that time. So you tell me. Let's have a quick vote right now, wherever you're watching from. I don't, it's odd. Is that the same person? That's the question. Yes or no? Do you think, is that the same person? That's what they're looking at. Is the person up top, could he have put on that mask? He's got the backpack. He's got the jacket. He was seen going through a gate right around here. This is new, and that is the question. I don't know. I can tell you the authorities are definitely looking at that. The authorities are looking at that, and they're looking at it very closely. I can tell you also right now, they're trying to figure out who that guy is. Who is this individual? They have not said. They don't know. What do you think? Let's do a quick vote. I don't know, but I can tell you they want to know who this individual is. Right there. And at the bottom is the image from the individual that was right there at the front door with the ski mask. Thank you, Jamie. Now, this is this was sent to me, so I get updates from, oh good, it looks like they're leaving, from the sheriff's office, and they have put this out. Investigators requesting all video footage, includes vehicle traffic, people, pedestrians, everything from January 1st to February 2nd. January 1st to February 2nd. They did send something through the Neighbors app. Yes, all evidence is being submitted for analysis. Notes. FBI's handling all aspects related to any ransom notes or communication involving the Guthrie family. Briefing interview. Now, there are no press briefings scheduled at this time. Sheriff Chris Danos is not conducting one-on-one interviews, remains the sole department spokesperson. Should a significant development occur, a press conference will be called, you'll be notified. So, now folks, I am wondering or guessing, really guessing, whether or not, and again, right now, 143 here, we're in the Catalina foothills. This is day 12 for those that are watching. Please tap the screen and please make sure you follow the page. So I wonder if, I have a theory about the press briefing, but it's good news for everybody. So I wonder that if I think they'd like to have a press briefing, but I think, and again, good afternoon. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for again, if you like the coverage, I mean, I am out here. These are long hours, and it's very challenging. But the reason you should know, and many of you, and I know there's so many new people, is because when there's a story like this that interests me, I am looking for information and coverage. And I'm always thank you for that nice crown. There we go. We're on the board. We have some crowns. We have some aggressive goals, but I'm planning on staying on until we hit all of our live goals and at least 1 million likes, at least. So, oh, they're just taking pictures. So, but like when I get into a story, thank you very much, Mama. I'm constantly seeking for information. So what I try to do, and I want you to understand this, I try to put out coverage. Thank you. Look at that. I love I try to put out coverage, thank you, Sarah, that I would want to watch. So I try to give you the information that if I were just watching that I would want. Now, this is my theory, and then I'm going to go back and show you anything that happens here. And that is that it's possible that they may wait till the weekend for a press briefing. Now, here's what's good news for all of you. Number one, I am on the list. Thank you. In fact, I am on the list to attend the press briefing. That's number one. Number two, I'm not going anywhere. Thank you, Susie. I'm not going anywhere. I don't have a return ticket. I am here until we find the person responsible and bring Nancy home. So just know that. Now, the other thing you should know, my approach could be different than other people, and I freely admit that. In the way I approach this, just know it. And it's not for everybody, but with me, there's no days off. Okay, there's no days off. Just know that. So it doesn't mean Saturday hits and like someone, thank you for that, Swiss. Someone said to me, oh, you want to do some sightseeing? There's no sightseeing. A friend of mine contacted me and said, hey, I don't know, over the weekend, you want to take some time off, have dinner in Scottsdale, somewhere in the Phoenix area? I said, there's no days off. We're here every day. That's the way it goes. Because then if something happens, I say, I wish I had been there. So thank you for that, everybody. So please tap the page as we continue. Our goal is to continue to try to give you the latest information on this. And at the same time, those are some neighbors. At the same time, we are right where, if there's any type of update, it's going to come from here, without question. So again, I want to show you, there is the front of the house. And by the way, I get that that doesn't apply to everybody. That, some people take off for the weekend. Some people say, okay, the television station or the newspaper said I can have the weekend off. I don't operate that way, because even though it's going to be Saturday and Sunday, today's Thursday, tomorrow's Friday, it doesn't mean the story's going away, and it doesn't mean your interest in the story is going to go away. So, no, we're here, and it's late, and it's so much because you're trying to stay up on everything. But right now, the sheriff is in charge, but the FBI, it's the FBI that was here, and they were the ones that set up the tent right up there. I can find a photo. And the FBI is really the ones that are, let me just move out of the way. I also want to again encourage everyone, please pray for Nancy, pray for Savannah, for Nancy's family. See, folks, it is the fabric of society. It is common courtesy. I don't understand that. So, but I want to show you, they did set up a tent right there. So there's the doorway right there, right? That's her front door. That's Nancy's front door. And that was this morning. So investigators set up a tent so they could work and pull things from right inside of there. Or for whatever reason, they don't tell us exactly why they're doing that. But that was this morning. So that was this morning that happened. Yes, that's the circular driveway. I also mentioned, again, I find obviously, folks, the whole story is very strange. The whole story, as I've been talking to people, is without precedent. And I also want to drill down on people. This is, right now, this is an abduction. I know there are people that are trying to say, and I hear it, oh, there's a lot of missing people. That's not what this is. As someone that covers those things, most of the people that are missing are runaways. That's big. I get contacted by a parent. My daughter's missing. When's the last time you talked to her? Well, she stayed with a friend, and she's not answering her phone, and now we think she's either this place or this place. Well, that's not an abduction. Many times there's a parent has an argument with a teen, and then they say they're missing, but then they leave out of the equation that the teen had an argument with the parent, or wanting to go, whatever, to a party, or they got in trouble or something like that. And so then they left. But this is an abduction. Now the same thing is I've talked about this, but there's a lot of self-harm out there. Note, he had been severely depressed. He had attempted self-harm in the past. And that is, I'm not saying that they don't want to find the brother, but that is someone that left on their own. The part about this that makes this so unique and different, number one, her age. She's 84 years old. When's the last time you heard an elderly person that was, it is lagging and it's going to lag. And I apologize. There's nothing I can do about it. Everybody's having some kind of Wi-Fi issues there. And so I apologize in advance. And when I went back and watch, I do see where sometimes it freezes. And that's why sometimes if you move around a lot, it can get even a little more glitchy. Again, folks, there's nothing I can do, because there's also such a demand of media that is here, and everyone's trying to grab Wi-Fi, and that's I apologize. I know it's lagging. I know it glitches. It drives me nuts. Especially I went back and watched it because some news outlets wanted to use some of the footage, and then I'm looking at it. I'm like, oh God, Chris M is right. Look at the glitches. But I want to again mention that, and this is important, and that is the unusual nature of the case. So for everyone just saying, I wish they would focus more on missing children. I wish they'd mention more on other people that are missing. This isn't that. This is an abduction. Now, whether or not it's an actual kidnapping, we don't know. But at the very least, there was an abduction here. So maybe the person, she's not in the house, and you saw the person with the ski mask going into the house or outside the house. So, there was some form of an abduction. Now, what happened after that, we don't know. But everyone is riveted by this. And Fox is now preempting Greg Gutfeld because of the coverage of it. And they have, what's his name? Chase. I saw him. He was just over here a minute ago. So I want to walk down there, but those people are still in the shade where we'd like to stand. I was hoping they'd leave by now, but they're just standing there. I'll give it another few minutes. We're in no rush. Coming up 54 minutes past the hour here in Tucson, Catalina foothills. We are right outside the home of Nancy Guthrie. I was out around here today, and I have not seen any agents, but I've heard that they are requesting any ring camera video. I think it's very interesting that they're going back even farther, and they're saying that they would like any ring camera video that people may have, even going back to January 1st. Okay, we have some new information here. The FBI is offering $50,000 for information leading to the recovery of Nancy Guthrie. So now this is interesting. The FBI, call 1-800-CALL-FBI. Now, what stands out to you in this? That just came out, and I think the White House even put it out. The FBI is offering a reward of $50,000 information leading to the recovery of Nancy Guthrie or the arrest and conviction of anyone involved in her disappearance. And you see the images of the person that we saw, throwing the flowers at the camera and then standing in the doorway. So, but what should jump out, sadly, is the recovery of Nancy. So what does that tell us? That tells us that it's very possible that this is, they're not going to say it, but this could just be recovery at this point. So that is very sad, and that is a development, as a matter of fact, folks. Definitely, that is the first time. Mind your shot? No? Okay. You let me know, right? Okay. He's the leader here. There's no need for that. There's no need for that. Wow. Somebody get that license plate. There's the suspect. I don't understand, folks. Who would be honking horns? Thank you, Nina. It's something like this. Then we're coming up at the top of the hour, and I'm going to show you. There's Brian of News Nation. He does a really good job. Listen, the media is trying to put the word out. He's right there. The media is trying to put the word out about Nancy. And for the people that say, oh, I think that there's too much, think if it was your family member, if that was your mother or grandmother, would you think that it's too much coverage? That's right, Chris M. Thank you, Autumn. So, folks, make sure you tap the page. Again, we are putting the word out. People like that. So, folks, make sure you tap the page. Again, we are putting the word out. People like the coverage. I don't do conspiracy stuff. I'm not saying I think it's this one or that one. We're going to go off the information. They are really, you can hear the drones. They are, oh, there they are. Look at that. So Fox, they have like a little, that's nice, umbrellas, like a little tent village set up for their talent. He was on last night. He was on with Sean Hannity, and then he also was on at 10 o'clock instead of Gutfeld. So, but the notion that somehow, thank you, Hope. Thank you for that. This is not an easy story. And this one certainly tests your patience. Thank you, Hope. Well, okay, a little bit of a bottleneck. Okay.
Hey, have you seen Trace Gallagher from Fox?
He's right there. He's sitting under that red umbrella. Trace, see him? He's sitting down, black shirt.
Where can I park?
You can't. Please, you're blocking traffic, ma'am, okay? If you want to, you can go down there, park your car, and come back. But you can't stay here and block traffic. Car and come back. But you can't stay here and block traffic.
No place to flirt.
Hardly. That one doesn't belong around here.
No place to flirt.
No,
You
no.
can take that to a public.
That's right. I don't think so. All right, folks. Now, right now, top of the hour. Thank you, everybody. As we continue our coverage, you can see the network. As we continue our coverage, you can see the networks. Now they're going to get ready to go live. So right now, it's 2 o'clock here in Tucson. It's obviously, so New York is 2 hours behind. So it's 4 o'clock. So over the next 2 hours, really, is when the networks jump in, and then at 6:30 with the national news, they go live. So we're right here. Anything happen? Listen, if I get word that we have some FBI agents that are in the area, we have been doing that. And here's our update. They have not found her. It is new the FBI is offering a reward, and they also talk about now, thank you, Nick, for the hope, the recovery of Nancy Guthrie and or arrest conviction. But that's significant. 50,000, thank you for that, for the recovery. Now listen, that's tough. And we're gonna do a moment of silence for Nancy coming up when we can get closer to where all the flowers are. Now the FBI, and we're gonna do a moment of silence for Nancy coming up when we can get closer to where all the flowers are. Now the FBI, the authorities, the sheriff, they're taking all leads in. I love that. I haven't seen that before, the bubble. They are going through all ring cameras. They have a new image of someone was seen trying to go through. By the way, here's something you should know. Authorities are going cameras. They have a new image of someone was seen trying to go through. By the way, here's something you should know. Authorities are going through some of my video that we've shot. They want to see some of the people. I'm not supposed to know this, but they think they spotted someone. They wouldn't tell me which person, whatever. They just asked me, and someone came up on the coverage. That's why we're following the authorities. That's why we go live. That's why, I bring this to you. Thank you, Paranormal. I love the bubble gum. I'd never seen that before. Thank you, Donna. So, folks, again, it's awareness. There's now a $50,000 reward for just even the recovery of Nancy Guthrie. I want to thank everyone for the support, and especially the more that people, and some people that are new to the platform don't understand, but the more you tap the screen and you get likes, that puts our content out more. But it's been put out enough more where they were specifically asking me time and date of some of the footage that I have put out. Now, I think that's a very good sign. So it's very possible, and I asked this to a FBI crime analyst, and they said many times the person involved, much like a pyro, they return to the scene and they want to scout out what's going on. So can you imagine if on one of our TikTok lives, lagging and all, if somehow there is an image of the person responsible? I don't know. Who knows at this point? No one does. So, but again, I know people want to know, have they found her? The answer is no. Yeah. Is it re-looping bad? Okay. It's tough because for where I want to go, I'll move down. I'm going to wait till this car goes by. I'm going to move down a little bit. Again, I apologize. There's nothing I can do. Yes. Oh, she's delivering some flowers.
So
And a lot of the neighbors are putting out yellow. They're putting yellow ribbons. So someone had some flowers delivered. If you want to send flowers, Casa Adobe's flower shop, casflowers.com. Let them move out of the way, and then we're gonna move down. Hopefully it'll be a little bit better, but it's just tough because there's so many people, and also just where we're located.
Somebody had a Domino's pizza delivery delivered. They gave the address and things like that. And that delivery driver actually walked in to the front door. So they're coming back down and being intercepted and get off
Okay.
the property by
Again, I have no idea if this will help. They're interviewing this particular individual. I'm not sure how long they're gonna stay like that. But then we're gonna move right to that spot. That's where we were yesterday. Again. Yeah, this is right now. I don't know why people would not think that this is live. Thank you, Marissa.
a little bit earlier today, I went walking up the street, and I was told sharing lots of information. I wanted to use my
Okay, I'm not sure. As soon as these people move, I'd like to move right into that nice shady spot, and we should be okay. But I'm not sure who this individual is that they're interviewing. Probably a neighbor. Thank you, Chris M. That's right. So, listen. Let's see if they move along. This team is just camped out here. Okay. Listen, it's tough because number one, the number of people. All right, this guy. You gotta. Hello. Hello. Okay. No, they did not find her. I want to show you some more images that we have of this. Chris, I didn't realize that people just keep coming on and asking, did they find her? I think we'd have that in the comment if that was going on.
So you see the driveway here, you see all the flowers on the left. We showed you it kind of like a horseshoe. And right in front of the door, there's a Pima County Sheriff.
All right, I want to show you some images.
So when you're walking up the steps,
Boy, this crew has just camped out here.
and I'm not sure how
We have that.
I don't know if it's 7 feet or 6 feet. I don't know the dimensions.
Not exactly sure they are.
Just below the left,
Okay, this is just breaking. The FBI sheriff seeking to question the man with the backpack captured. Okay, so Fox is just breaking that. Now, I had put that out, but now the rest are catching on to that. So this is a new development right now that the FBI want to question this man right there at the top. You know, I want to show the images. There he is. So this reminds me of the Brown University. They want to know who this guy is. So right now, is that the same person? Or I think this is interesting. Right now, they want to know who this guy is. And he may not be the person, but he might have information and know who the person is. So right now, this is new that they want to find that individual. She is still missing, yes. So I think that's just some photographers. I'm hoping they're going to walk around. So now I also want to just give people a general idea of where we are. As I've said, the Catalina Hills are Catalina foothills, excuse me. Let me just do this. Oh, it's foreign accents. Okay. So this is the general area. See the foothills? Like this square. And you can see East Skyline Drive. And then it goes up to North Campbell. So this is the radius that they're really looking at, just for those that know. This is the Catalina foothills. And that's the area that where we are right now, in that they're, excuse me, hello?
Oh, yeah.
Hello?
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry.
Okay, folks, just trying to keep the traffic moving here. Okay, yes, still missing. I know. They haven't even moved. Like, I don't know what they're doing, that they haven't even... One's got a pad, the other's got a camera. Like, other people are moving around. These people have just come and they're standing in the friggin' shade. So we are outside of Nancy's house. We were there. I don't know who these people are. They have the spot I want. Just, in the past, they weren't allowing anyone to just do what these people are doing. I'm not going to keep talking about it. I mean, at some point, they're just standing there not gathering any information. So at some point, they're going to have to move, one would think. All right, we're going to move. Okay. You're not filming right here, right? No. Okay.
We're tracking some major developments in the investigation of Nancy Guthrie right now. Even county deputies confirming with me they have several pieces of evidence, including gloves that were found somewhere here in her neighborhood in Tucson. All of this, as we saw more.
Much better. Chris, how we doing on the lagging? Hey, every life matters. Thank you for the long way to go on the donuts, but thank you. No, they did not find her. Better. Good. Okay.
Why is the business matter? This is important because so much of the key evidence that we have seen so far comes from the patio. First, last week we got confirmation from the sheriff that there was blood evidence that belonged to Nancy before the patio. Of course, just 48 hours ago, we got those chilling images of the nest work on camera released by the FBI showing the person that they think abducted her back on February 1st.
You let me know if I need to be out of your shot.
Nah, you're
okay.
You're all good.
You're gonna let me know though.
Of course.
Okay.
You just here doing your own thing?
Yeah.
Streaming?
Yes. What is this?
This is Channel 9 Australia.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow, Australia. Okay. It is. Australia's here. Everybody's here. And we're here. Folks, make sure you tap the screen. Make sure you follow the page. If you like this type of live coverage, thank you, Kelly. There we go. Excuse me. Can they? No. Can you move over to them? There we go. Okay. We have our spot. Chris, how's that? I think this is good. Folks, share that you are watching. Now, right now, we are not leaving until we hit until we beat yesterday. Thank you, Donna, of 1 million likes. We're not leaving unless they find Nancy, or whether or not it is the perfect spot. Now, if something big happened, oh yeah, that's me. You have to be. Hey, listen, I want you guys to know, when I heard Savannah say, we need everyone's prayers, and Nancy didn't show up for church, I hopped on a flight. I'm here on a mission, right? Every life matters. Don't let anyone tell you differently. Whether these people, it's an 84-year-old woman. This is someone's mother. This is someone's grandmother. She did nothing wrong. Evil invaded her home. We have to step up, put the word out. This can be solved, but it's not going to be solved if everyone keeps it a secret. It's not. The way that this will get solved is someone will see maybe our coverage, but the coverage, and then say, I think I know who that is. There was someone acting odd. So that's how it works. And they are depending on the public to make this happen. Now, I got here over the weekend, and I can tell you that it's really grown as far as the amount of people that are leaving things. Thank you, Mishto. Yes, and Christy. Yep, people listen, if you're like me, you like live coverage, right on the scene, boots on the ground. There's just no substitute for it. You get a full sense of it. And yellow seems to be the color, by the way. So neighbors are putting yellow ribbons. Remember with the hostage crisis? With Iran. And that was when I was in grammar school. Tony Orlando sang, tie a yellow ribbon. So many of the neighbors, people are tying. So yellow has become kind of the Nancy Guthrie color. But the yellow is, to bring her home. Bring her right here to her home. And by the way, as I've said, this is a very... she was enjoying a beautiful quality of life. I mean, a really nice quality of life, as a matter of fact. And I also, I recognize, because I see comments. That's right. Oh, I love the yellow hearts. That is terrific. Nice thought, everyone doing that. Paid actors. Are there people that really think that? What? Are there people that, I feel sad. I'll say this. For anyone that's whoever put that, and Chris, let it go, but whoever put paid act, look at all the yellow hearts. This is great. This is positive vibes. Oh, Brian's here. We showed him earlier. I'll go down and find him in a little bit, but right now we'd like to be where Chris M., thank you, Katie, says that the lagging here is not bad. It's all about the Wi-Fi. Yellow is the color. Yellow is the color of hope. Yellow is to bring Nancy home. For people, I'll say this. For anyone that's putting crisis actors or fake, I'm just glad that I'm not related to anyone like that. That I would have to deal with them over a Thanksgiving dinner or, God forbid, a Christmas. Can you imagine? So that's exactly right. Thank you, Michelle. Yep. Yellow is love. Yellow is love. Look at that. Came all the way from Australia.
Seen today so far. There's also been this new video that has emerged showing a man who looks similar.
Did they find her? No, not yet. Not yet, but everybody's praying. Look at the yellow light up. And Savannah was sharing some videos of her and her mom. I'll show one. Okay, so now we have a manhunt. Right now, we now have a national manhunt. This is breaking news. Yep. This is breaking news. This guy. There is right now an international manhunt to find this guy, who actually, to me, he resembles Salamanca on Better Call Saul. And also Tito Salamanca. Remember the guy with the bell? That's who he looks like. See him? So right now, this is an international manhunt for whoever that is. I'm going to replay it. This is important. Everybody share this so we can get the word out. This is an international manhunt for this individual. He looks like Salamanca in Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. Now, you hear that sound? That's the gate. The FBI wants to question this individual. This is right now an international manhunt for that person, right there. Manhunt for that person, right there. Okay, we're going to keep showing that. This could be the break. Now, I was showing that photo just a short time ago. And now, folks, do you see how we are staying like one step ahead of where the investigation is going? So there he is. Someone knows who that is. There is an international manhunt for that man connected to the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie. Do not approach. He is considered armed and extremely dangerous. A national manhunt is underway for this individual. Yep. Absolutely is. All right, I'll pull it up. I can't believe do we really get these people that say that they doubt everything? Is that how they go through life? Look at those beautiful yellow flowers. I didn't realize that. I tell you, I don't associate with people like that. Is that how people, they just, everything is, no, that's not it. No, I don't believe that. By the way, that takes there's nothing intellectual about that. And, yep, that was on the eve of the abduction. Oh, that's interesting. All right, let me pull this up. You know, that by the way, that takes no effort for someone, no matter what someone says, hey, you know, I think the Patriots going to win. I don't think so. I think they're going to lose. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing gained. No, they're not. They're not going to find him. Right? Oh, she's not alive. They're not going to find him. Oh, my goodness. let me see the latest. I'll pull this right up. Now, again, unless, if you're someone that doesn't, here's again the video from the FBI. Let me start from the beginning. Frightening. Who walks like that? Here comes. Oh. That's FBI Phoenix. All right, so now this is big. Now we have a manhunt. Who is this guy? Where is he? Oh, good. There they are. They're leaving. I wore them down. Sorry, folks, but this is our spot. Right, Chris? Wow. Right now, this is an international manhunt. All right, so let's just say you don't believe me. This is Fox True Crime. Breaking. FBI sheriff seen a question man with a backpack captured on video just miles from her home, vanished. Okay, so they are putting that out as well. Everybody is putting this out. Now again, if there's someone that, I did see a comment, I can't catch every comment, but I saw someone said these are crisis. I mean, that is just, listen, but we can't be, that there were people that thought Sandy Hook was fake. Yep. Oh, wow. Okay, that one we know. Okay, this is still, I think, the video we were showing, I think, is still the best video. I'll show it again in a moment. Bottom of the hour. All right, now someone's got to be able to find that guy. Now, I want to caution people that doesn't necessarily mean that is the person. So we don't know motive. Yep. But what they do know is that individual, I think the night before the abduction, was attempting to go through the gate of a home right around here. So right now, I'm going to show it again in just a moment. And there is an international manhunt for that individual. So this was, they are certainly, folks, you see how this is real life. This is a real life investigation taking hold. It's not like a movie. It's not a TV show. I think also Paul Morrow made a really good point on Fox, which is, you know, the whole, the old concept used to be 48 hours. And that was that before digital, that if you didn't solve it within 48 hours, it would become very difficult to solve the crime. But now, because of the ability with the amount of the digital footprint. So here you see right behind me, here is the growing, yellow is the color. Yellow is the color to bring Nancy home. Many of her neighbors around here have been putting up yellow ribbons. But folks, this, and you see, they didn't have anyone. First, they get an image. Now this is day 12. They come out with the image. This is the person going in. Now they have an image of a person that they want to talk to him. He may not be the person, but maybe he knows of someone else in the area. Maybe he was working with someone. Who is that guy? Why was he trying to get into someone's gate or their residence. So see how this over time, thank you, Eileen, all starts. It doesn't happen right away. Like I said, not a TV show, not a movie. But now you have an international manhunt for that individual. So now again, what's the update? No, they haven't found her. No, there's no one in custody. Thank you, Wanda. I think it was Wanda. Thank you for that. No, there's no one in custody. Thank you, Autumn. It's nothing like that, but they want to talk to whoever that is. Now, I have to think someone's going to say, wait a minute, I know who that guy is, right? He doesn't have a mask on. That's big. And I'll also share with you that I learned, and that is that they believe they're going to come out with, a composite of what the individual, what they look like. Thank you very much for that, folks. You guys are terrific. Again, please tap the screen. We are live manhunt. This has now become an international manhunt. I'm going to show you who we are looking for. And it's like, I also think the way to look at this is, notice this became a game changer when they got the image from the nest from her home. And if you remember one of those early press briefings, I think the sheriff initially said that he didn't think that they would be able to pull off the image, and that clearly is not the case. Clearly not the case now. So I'm going to show you again his photo. For those that are just tuning in, you can also put in the comment where you're watching from. Yes, she is still missing, but this is the new individual that they are looking for. And this is, right now, this is an international manhunt for, I want to show you this person. Right? Okay, right here. It's going to come up right now. There he is. That's him. That's who they're looking for. Trying to get over that gate. Backpack, gray. Who is he? Why was he there? What does he have in the backpack? Where is he right now? Why was he trying to get in there? That is who they're looking for right now. Now we have other news. This is a little grim, but this, again, I also want to show you, this was this morning where investigators came, FBI, set up forensics. They put that tent right around the front of her house. And then this is also the latest, and this is from the White House. The FBI is offering a reward for up to $50,000, information leading to the recovery of Nancy Guthrie. Now that line is a little alarming, but leading to the recovery of Nancy Guthrie and or the arrest, conviction of anyone involved in the disappearance. And then you see, now right now, those images are the person that was captured on the video right at her front doorstep. So 1-800-CALL-FBI, 1-800-CALL-FBI. So $50,000 reward. And again, not to be grim, but you can't ignore that now they are saying recovery. But they are looking. I don't know if that is the same person, but was it a team? Is it more than one person? The man at the top, the FBI wants to talk to him. There he is. Who knows him? $50,000 reward if you know who that is. Why was he trying to get in through a neighbor's gate? We don't know. We are back live. At this point, I'm not sure what to think. The sheriff last night also told, a local TV station that, that no one has been ruled out as a suspect. And I think that's, a lot of people find that very interesting. That he said no one's been ruled out. I'm not sure what to make of that. It does look to seem, I'm not an expert in that. To me, it looks like the same backpack. But what they're very curious about is why was that individual, what was he doing in the area? Why was he going through? That photo was taken right near here at one of her neighbors. Now, if you saw yesterday, we were live and we had the woman who she came out to contact and find the FBI agent, and that woman that said that there was a man with a mask that was in her backyard. So could that be what this is based off? Now, if you didn't see that, I put that video out, and that has absolutely rocketed. So pull it up right now. And again, I apologize. It was glitchy. Is that it? No. Again, you guys, I go back and I watch some of this stuff, and believe me, it's frustrating for me as well. See, here's the woman. She wanted to talk to the FBI agent. This was yesterday, right near here. She saw a man with a mask in her backyard. So I posted that. That video now has over 1 million views. This is another one of the reasons why I believe you got to be boots on the ground. You got to be at the scene. That's how you learn things. That's how people tip you off to things. So now I also understand people were saying, why did that woman wait so long? But number one, from what I understand, it's been very difficult to try to get through to the FBI tip line. That's number one. Number two, there's a lot of kooks that have been calling, for lack of a better word. And number three, I can tell you that a lot of the elderly in this area are very nervous. I mean, who wouldn't be? Picture if you live alone. By the way, the people that live around here, they're, in some areas, the people around here, very nice. Here's someone stopping. That's very nice. One fell. Okay. Are you a neighbor or anything, or just, you are? You do? Oh, wow. All right. Beautiful gesture. Okay. See, folks, yellow is the color. Positive energy. All right, right now, this is where, see how this guy is trying to stand out there? You can't do that because then that blocks traffic. I'm not sure what country he's from.
Yellow flowers over here. Pop up your first hand and go, you want to figure out where they come from. More.
Go ahead.
Yellow flowers quickly started popping up in front of Nancy Guthrie's home here, and we wanted to find out.
That's right, Chris M. Chris, how we doing on you guys? How we doing on the lagging? Not that I can do anything about it, but do you notice that if we just stay in one place, it doesn't seem to be as bad. There seems to be better reception if we, oh good, everyone's saying it's fine. Well, that's good. All right, if that case, folks, make sure you tap the screen. Our goal right now is 1 million likes for this live. We're at 329,000, and we have our live gifts. I'm very confident. I am not leaving here until we get 1 million likes and all the live gifts are depleted. Yep. There's a lot of updates. There's a lot of information.
Sean, these yellow flowers started popping up in front of Nancy Guthrie.
How many times is this guy gonna try this?
Now, it's from her neighbors. This part,
Here comes another truck.
after an email from the California Foothills Homeowners Association at over 60 neighborhoods. The big part of that email reads, "We remain distressed and concerned for Nancy Guthrie, her children, and her extended family." In part of that email reads, "We remain distressed and concerned for Nancy Guthrie and her children, and her extended family. Let us stand together as a neighborhood and do whatever we can to
Maybe he could stand in the street more. Folks, do you notice that he's, that's supposed to be like the professional broadcaster, standing in the street blocking traffic. Meanwhile, I'm over here giving off positive vibes, greeting the people. Thank you, Rose, that are dropping off flowers. Do you see the difference? I also want to mention, folks, in the past, I'm gonna hold on. Let me stay this way so I can direct traffic. So I want to also, there's different stories. In the past, I have worked for, hold on, here we go. In the past, I've worked for commercial stations and so forth. For years, for most of my career. But the past few years, I have found that the stuff that I want to do, the things that I'm interested in, be very difficult to find a broadcast outlet that would let me do that. When I do a missing persons case, many times they say, that's it, we're not doing it, we're dead, we're done with the story, so to speak. Thank you, Jilly. I covered the BLM riots and protests. Thank you, Jilly. There's no way. It got really dangerous. I got attacked. I went to Ukraine when the war started. Many of the missing person cases that I cover, that I already know, when I talk with a lot of the local TV people, they say, I love that you're still on the story. Thank you for that crown. But, the reporter said, I was told to get off it, that we're no longer doing that story. So, I like to do the stories that I'm interested in. I'm telling you, when I heard Savannah say we all need to pray and heard the circumstances of that, I was booking my flight. And I'm so glad I came out. I'd be going absolutely out of my mind if I was not here and then trying to find coverage of it. Because I like the coverage, which is just, thank you for that, 24/7. I want to give a shout out to Melissa Brooks, who said, I'm so glad, she told me, so glad you're going out there. That way I can find out exactly what's going on. But you only know, I have found, when you come on the scene. Now look at how, a member of law enforcement said, we'd like to we're going through some of your footage. We think you picked up on someone that we want to talk to. Now, I don't know if it's that person. I don't know if when we were walking around or driving around that we happened upon them. Thank you, Sarah. So it's possible, but that never happens if you don't come out. And, for those that are ignoring the story for whatever, I don't know what to tell you. If there are some people that are obsessed about the Epstein file, I don't know what to tell you. Go ahead. I don't know. There's just, I don't know what more they're gonna, people are just obsessed about that. Or some of the, we need other stories. What other stories? What other story do you see strangers coming and leaving flowers for their missing neighbor. And everyone is captivated. Thank you, Whiskey. And don't tell me, well, she, as some of the messages and things I say, well, she was elderly. And listen, it doesn't matter whether it's an infant, this is someone's grandmother and mother. No, we're doing full coverage. Full coverage. You deserve that. 100%. So we are here. We are in no rush. And this story continues to get bigger, not smaller. Not smaller. Nope. This is actually, Chris M was saying, go back to the spot you were yesterday, and I agree. Yes, that's right. I also, like last night, I know Sean Hannity. I communicate with Sean, and I've known him for a long time. His show last night was, that's my kind of TV. Harvey Levin, Nancy Grace. I used to be on Nancy Grace all the time. All the time. I don't think she's here. I would love to see her. But I know Nancy Grace. I used to love Larry King. Everything has become politics. And this is such a better story. Thank you, Sarah. Sean Hannity, that first half hour last night of Nancy Grace, Harvey Levin from TMZ. Listen, TMZ, they break a lot of stories. I like Harvey Levin. I think they do really solid work. So the people that just want to talk about Washington and talk about whatever, I find that stuff monotonous. I do. This is far more interesting to me. And this is, as I've been saying, and I'm going to show you the photo again. This is right now an international manhunt for this individual. Now, keep in mind, we're not that far from the border. So, I don't know who that is, and I'm not inferring anything. But if someone wanted to make a run for it, they would not have to hop on a plane, put it that way. I'm going to show you the image again in just a moment. Okay, I just got I've been communicating with a very nice neighbor of Nancy's, also part of the prayer group, and said that the prayer group has invited me to their next session, and I will attend. So I'll ask them if I could even live stream it. I think it'd be very inspiring. Yes, that's exactly right. TMZ has. Thank you for posting that. They did. I don't know what to make of that. And I know they're trying to vet that out. It's a little strange, but he's very knowledgeable. Yep, they have received another email. It's exactly right, Nanny. Okay, I'll let you know about that. They are. All right, I'll share the TMZ news. Here comes an interesting outfit. Cowboy boots, okay. Not to be a fashion critic, but if I was gonna wear that outfit, I'd go to CVS and get tanning towels. To me, in order to be able to pull that off, you want your legs really tan. So, again, just a thought. Not trying to be fashion police here, but I'm not wearing shorts. If I was gonna wear shorts, I'm first going to CVS and I'm getting some bronzer. That's on my list of things to do. Admittedly, I know. I a little bit of a pet peeve. It is pinned, Deanna. I can see that. I can see it pinned. Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about that outfit. How do I look in this? Oh, you look fine. I don't know. Again, I just have this, that's like someone in April that says, oh, it's warm out. I think I'll wear shorts. And it's like, don't you want to, go and get spray tanned or something? First? No? Is that being too judgmental? I don't think so. I mean, you're in public. I'm assuming she's got a camera with her. I mean, let alone, how long does it take to just go get a quick spray tan? I mean, I may visit one before I'm in my shorts. All right. Yeah, I know. I do see the tag hanging off. But that could be a media badge. I don't want to drill down. I'm not trying to be mean. It's just basic. I don't think that's rude either, by the way. I saw someone say that's a rude comment. I would argue bright white pale legs in cowboy boots. Who's the one being rude? I think the person that, why is that rude? I don't think so. Well, everyone else seems to like it. See, I don't think that's rude. I think the rude is the person that didn't go for a quick spray tan before they decided to come here on the scene with pale white legs. Right? Judge not. We're not. All right, they did not find her. No one's cutting me off. This guy's doing everything he can to block the road. Everyone else is like to the side. All right, we're gonna stay focused at hand. I'm gonna do an update with everybody in just a moment as we're coming up close to the top of the hour. Well, okay. Again, go to CVS. You go to there's bronzing cream. It's never been easier. Just saying one coat. Just again, all these nice yellow flowers. You don't want to compete with that. Why stop? All right, we are moving on. Why is that? I don't think that's rude. Like someone who blows their nose at a table in a restaurant and someone says, you shouldn't say anything, that was rude. I feel, no, the person that's rude is the person blowing their nose at the restaurant, sitting at the table. All right, we're gonna move on. Folks, tap the screen. For those of you that agree with me, tap the screen. If you think I'm being rude, you can also tap the screen. As we're on our way to 1 million likes. I think her legs are blinding drivers. I need some sunglasses here. Thank you, Kelly. All right, I'm going to show, let's talk about something important. And again, we are standing by, oh, now she's walking in the shot. I was going to let it go. What is that bright light? I can't see. If someone offers spray tans here in the Catalina Hills area, please send me a message and I'll post it for all media at the next briefing. There's a CVS 4 minutes from here. You can get tanning towels, there's a lot of things you can. All right, let's go to the person that we're looking for. I can't believe people think that I don't think that's rude. All right, here we go. Who is he? Who is this? Here it comes. That's who we're looking for right now. International manhunt for that man right there. He was trying to get through a neighbor's gate. And there he goes. All right, now let's show you what he looks like facially. This is new, that the FBI, they want this guy. They want to talk to this guy, I should say. If he's out there, go find them before they find you. Here he is. Go find the police before they find you. Because they want to find you. They want to find this man. That's the man in the video you saw. Right there. Yep. Now, I also have, let's see, where is it? There it is. I don't know. I can't tell. Is that him? That's the image from the doorway below, and then that's the person they're looking for. I don't know if it's the same person. I don't know. It's very odd. So people with, two guys with matching jackets, because the FBI, they believe the person at the bottom is, that's a drone again, is a male. I know some people were questioning, is it possible that is a female? But the FBI have said, oh good, we're just about at 500,000 likes. And we are doing well with our donuts. Yes. Yeah, I don't know about that. But they are, all right, if we also want to be real, oh, that guy's blinded. This truck almost crashed because of a blinding light up ahead. See the pale white legs. Not only it's potentially dangerous if you could blind drivers when they're getting the light bouncing off them and then kind of blinding people as they're coming by, almost like a laser, if you will. All right, we're gonna do, now here's an update. And again, folks, hey, listen, it's long, okay? This is serious. We can have a couple of laughs along the way, right? Tap the screen. I inject humor. We can't be all doom and gloom. We can't, I'm not, I have no idea who that is. I'm not trying to purposely show that person. Oh, it blinded me. Is that the sun behind? Oh, thank you, Heather. Whoa, I mean, you want to be on TV, right? So, yes, that was humor. I know, I do need chapstick. It's much drier here than I thought. I'm going to stop at CVS and get some after this live stream. Yes, little humor is good. So I've been going on, all right, there's no reason to start commenting on me or coming after me, okay? I'm going to be going to CVS and getting some tanning cream. So I plan on wearing shorts this weekend. Thank you, Gillian. So, just saying, I mean, all right, I don't want to dwell on it. Thank you for that, everybody. All right, let's go to some updates. Now, if we want to be objective, all of these requests for, thank you, Jilly, and there's Butterfly. Folks, come on, what are we at? 3,000 people. If 3,000 people sent a donut, it would certainly help cut into my expenses of being out here. Also, if you buy a donut, I'm going to get a spray tan. No, all right, but let's talk about, obviously, I'm going to say the quiet part out loud. Thank you, Rico. Yes, so many things should have been done differently. Yes, they clearly didn't understand the nature of the extent of how this investigation was going to go. Thank you for that. Yes, of course they should have. They should not have released the house as a crime scene, number one. Number two, they immediately should have been scouring the area. They should have requested everyone in the neighborhood, if you have a Ring camera, any type of video like that, 100%. If I want to be fair, and I plan on, I'm going to have to face the sheriff at the press briefing. Thank you for everybody. Boy, everybody likes that. Thank you. He even said himself he wished he could do a couple things over. But in fairness to the sheriff and his investigators here in Pima County, in fairness to them, the FBI does have tools as far as surveillance and sophisticated tools that they necessarily don't have access to. They can lift things off the cloud. But right now, they're really drilling down. Because, listen, this is the big question here that's missing. For everyone that's, tuning in and they want an update, the big question here is what vehicle? Now, that guy that we see, that there's the international manhunt, what, is he just like walking around the area? But, okay, let's play this out. They go into this house behind me, Nancy's house. She's abducted. Thank you for that. It is a tense situation. Then what? Then what happens? Then how are they? If I see someone run by me. Then what happens? Then what? Thank you, Jillian. Then where does it go? How do they remove her out of here? So a big key part of this is, what, they have a sand buggy? Thank you for that. Thank you. That's my favorite one, is the sombrero with the mustache and the hat. But how did they get her out of here? Was it a sand buggy? Was it a motorcycle? I don't think so. An 84-year-old woman, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. Okay, so they went in, or as someone was mentioning this morning, this guy's just taking pictures. Did he then contact someone to say, we have her, right? The rooster's in the hen house. Come and get me. But how did they... This guy just keeps stopping and taking pictures. How did they... Right? What's really missing here is a vehicle and information, as far as that they're looking for information about a vehicle. That's, as someone that I've covered, enough different, that's something, that is a big piece of the puzzle that they don't have just yet. They don't have just yet. So it doesn't mean they're not going to, but I can tell you that investigators are kind of baffled by that. How do we not, would they carrying her, down the street? Did they have a bike? Okay, you're up here. It's pitch black. And remember, there's no street lights here. So, okay, you're here. They go into the house. Now they actually, we don't know. Did they rob Nancy Guthrie's house? Now they have her. Now they're bringing her along. I don't know why, unless it's like the town, right? Where one of them says, "Are we taking hostages?" Was that the plan? We're bringing her, or did something happen where then they had to suddenly make the decision that they're gonna, bring her along? I don't know. So someone was speculating, I think it was JLR, so do they pull up? Do they dismantle the camera and then pull a vehicle up to the circular driveway? Which I will show, by the way. But I know people complain about the lagging, and right now we have found a spot where there's no lagging. So I'm inclined to just kind of stay where we can have the best broadcast for you. But those are the things. But today, I know people, and I'm not trying to be redundant, I know people think of, and you hear people say, it's not a movie, it's not a Netflix special, this is real life. They are trying to piece this thing together. Somehow, Nancy Guthrie, Savannah's mom, was taken out of that home. This is day 12. And they're trying to put the word out, you're trying to put the word out, we're trying to put the word out. And, okay, then what? Then what was the plan? Where did they go from here? Where's the vehicle? How did they get up here? If they didn't, that is a big missing piece of the puzzle. And I can tell you that they're right now really trying track that down to try to figure out how something like that can happen, because otherwise it doesn't stand to reason. It doesn't. So, all right. Now I want to check. Someone's trying to get in touch with me. Okay. Oh. Definitely. Now again, I could thank you everybody. We're almost getting close to, if you would tap the screen with 3,500 watching live. This is day 12. No, they did not find her yet. All right, there's Chris. Yep, Chris, and I think the no lagging, right? Or if there is, it's minimal.
Okay.
Yep. Good job, Chris. Folks, again, make sure you follow the page. We have videos up. The element of the flowers continues to grow. Again, I'm tempted to walk around a little bit, but when we do that, we tend to, it affects the Wi-Fi. I think so, but it's so tough. I mean, it's day 12, and she is 84 years old. We don't know. Oh, that's nice. Can you show us what you're gonna put, or? Very nice, beautiful. Love that. Power of prayer. Oh, that is really lovely, folks. That is very nice, folks. I hope everyone you get to catch a moment like that. You're not going to see that on the news. See the cross. Christ is with Nancy. Power of prayer.
Yes.
Yep. That
My
is
husband makes those crosses.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So I thought I'd bring 3 by just in case
Yes.
they
Now,
could
where
get to Savannah.
those are
Cameron,
beautiful.
and Annie.
Yes. Where could someone get some of those? Do they sell them in town?
No,
No?
he has them at home.
He does?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if he wants to come
Are you-
by, is there a way that people can purchase them from him? How do people? He just makes them and
Yeah.
gives them away.
Just gives them.
Oh wow. Would you mind? Could I just? I don't want to go and remove it. Could I just see does it say something on it?
No.
No. Just a beautiful cross.
Yeah, just a mesquite cross.
That is really nice.
Yeah.
What's your first name?
Debbie.
Debbie. And what's your husband's name?
Jim.
Jim. That is terrific. Do you want to talk about? Are you familiar or just a neighbor?
No, I dropped by and so
That
I live
is.
on the east side.
Yeah. This is such a beautiful area.
Yeah.
Wow.
What about you? Where do you live?
I'm from the Northeast, but everyone is following this story.
Sure.
I just feel terrible. So, what do you make of the fact that the reason they knew that she was missing was she didn't show up for church services?
I don't know.
That says a lot.
I heard she was going to watch it on TV in New York, so.
Well, no. It was a service from there, but she watches it locally.
Right.
Yeah,
Neighbor-
but still,
neighbor.
yeah. But that's nice they get together and share that.
Yeah.
So, all right. Very nice.
Have a good day.
Thank you. I hope it gets to them. Yep. I'll go and when she leaves, I'll show the crosses that she just brought. That's Debbie. Husband Jim makes them. Yep. Well, positive energy. Listen, for the person that just put who cares, I assure you, if you had a parent or your grandmother or, God forbid, a child, if you had a family member missing, you know what I think would be so, what would be very painful? Because I deal with families who of missing people. And one of the most painful things is they feel that they're in agony, their loved one is missing, and the world is just going on. And people are just going about their business as though, that there's nothing up. So I want to, okay. I want to show those. Crosses. There they are. How beautiful. Okay. Wow. Thank you, everybody. Listen, I think it means a lot. And again, as someone that I've dealt with families that are dealing, as I said, the agony of a family member missing. And it is just pure hell. I love that. This is our own story. No one else was here. If I wasn't here, we wouldn't even know about this beautiful gesture. You can see the... Oh, hold on. It's tough because of the reflection. Oh, I got a better shot of that. Yeah, that's good. Hold on, right there. Yeah, you can see it, right? There, they're above the... It's a little tough because of the light. But you can see them right there. 3 crosses. That is really nice. See, people are good. I love that Debbie and her husband, oh no, this becomes a problem. Come back. Jesus, do I have to direct traffic? Come back. These people are blocking the school bus. Oh, okay. I'm gonna try to go around that way. Okay. Okay. Oh.
Tucson, alike of people.
Okay. Okay. 317. Again, our coverage continues. The search for Nancy. Tributes and the memorial grows. Is JLR. There's the very distinct red. Boy, he hustles, that guy. I'll give him credit. All right, we're gonna where is this? This is Tucson. I would think, see how not everybody follows stories. When I see that, you know, it makes me realize that not everybody, as I try to tell people, not everybody follows the news. They just don't. People assume they do, but that they don't.
Here we are. So this memorial house.
And I want everyone, no, they took the tent down. That's a good question. I'll show the tent again in a moment. I'm just trying to, there are people trying to reach me. Yes, she is still missing. That's why the memorial. This is Tucson, Arizona, the Catalina foothills. Look how beautiful those mountains are. I wanted to show the Catalina foothills. Yes, she is still missing. Now, folks, we have goals here for this live stream. And one is I'm trying to get to 1 million likes. We have 3,300 people watching live. So if everyone right now would tap the screen once or twice. We also have some live gifts, donuts, crowns. Certainly helps us towards our goal. I am not leaving here until we get 1 million likes. And all of the live gifts are exhausted. We're not. No, the tent is not up. I'll show you what the tent looked like. They took it down. Again, I want to explain to people the problem with if I walk around is the cell service here is really spotty. And so it's a little bit of a catch-22 because people say, you know, why don't you walk around? And then you start walking around and then we get glitchy. And then people say, hey, it's glitchy. So I don't know what the right balance is. I think non-glitchy live stream is the way to go. All right, let me show you. Thank you, Jamie. There's Jana. Thank you, everybody. Chris Emma's doing a great job. There is a reward now. Let's go through some of our highlights. Now, let's see. Where should we begin? Let's start with okay, let's start with this was this morning. The tent was right up in front of the front door area. They were processing the scene. From what I understand, there's special camera they had to use, and it was more effective, and they just didn't want the media to show that. So that was this morning, but then the tent came down. Now, big development of the day. This is day 12. Nancy is missing. Yep, she's still missing. Hold on, I have that. Let's get to, this is the latest from the FBI. The FBI is offering a $50,000 reward, up to $50,000. Information leading to the recovery of Nancy Guthrie. Now, a lot of times you hear search and recovery and or the arrest and conviction of anyone involved in her disappearance, and they have the image that they lifted of the person that was in the doorway. But wait, there's more. There's also an international manhunt for this individual. He was seen going into a neighbor's gate in this area. Notice the jacket. Police, FBI want to speak to this person. They want to know who he is. If you know who he is, call the FBI. They're waiting for your call. I don't know if it's the same person. As I look at this, I don't think it is. But could he be part of a team? But the man up top is the one they want to talk to. That's new. The image below is the person that they have that was essentially, you know, breaking into the house, so to speak, or trying to gain access, maybe. Better way to say it. They have really, this maybe, better way to say it. They have really zeroed in on this area. Let me blow this up a little bit. Yep. This is the area they've really blown up and gone into. This is where the search area, a lot of activity is right along here. Radius around, in and around and near her home. And it's also, the exact streets are East Skyline Drive and then North Campbell Avenue. East Skyline Drive is the blue line. North Campbell is going up. The blue dot is where I was sitting, meeting with someone for information. So that is, and we're, well, I can show you where we are actually. Let's see. And you'll see my blue dot. And there we are. Right there. Yep. Okay. just like this. Okay. All right, good. 706,000 likes. Thank you, everybody. Yes. Again, I am tempted to walk, but the problem is, when we've done that, number one, there's really nothing to see, and we started over there earlier. And then number two, it just becomes glitchy. Now, I had also heard there was a possibility that a known individual was going to come by here. And we would certainly want to capture that moment should it happen. And they haven't come by yet. It wasn't like in stone, but I did hear from an individual that a known person was maybe going to pop by. So we'll see whether or not if that actually happens.
Yeah, I'm walking over right now. I'm at the eye.
Do you know what I'm thinking?
Rick, there were some developments today. Let me go through that. First of all, FBI investigators once again on the scene of Nancy
You know,
Guthrie's
people may not realize it, but they are gaining information, and it is, you know, they're definitely getting there. I understand people that feel like what happened with this investigation. I do. But keep in mind the unusual nature of this. I work with police departments that sometimes process a lot of crime scenes, and then sometimes I work with police departments that don't handle as many, and it becomes a level experience. Now, for those of you, I like Paul Morrow on Fox. I've been on his podcast a bunch of times. I worked a case with him. Thank you, Edith. And also, he talks about, the New York City Police Department has more experience than anyone. And so they handle, how many crime scenes and so forth do they handle in the course of a year? The answer is a lot. So as a result of that, they just have so much more experience than some of these police departments. Locked down. They're going to have to answer for that. As far as contamination, a lot of times, that is, should there be a trial, and then someone's going to try to argue that the crime scene was contaminated. But that would be under the guise that if there was, in fact, a trial. Right now, they're just, they're trying to figure out where is she, and they're trying to locate her out that the crime scene could be contaminated. But the most important thing right now is that they have to try to locate her, and hopefully that she is still alive, right? I mean, that's the biggest thing. I think it's less about what could end up hurting them if this was like a trial and a court case. I don't think that the top priority right now is to try to locate her. And then worry about the other stuff. The other stuff will then, you know, who knows? Is there going to be, would there be a trial? I mean, first thing they need to do is locate her. And admittedly, folks, you know, we have to deal in reality as we're at, as I said, the FBI reward has now moved into recovery, so to speak. So that's got to be tough. That's got to be tough on the family. That's not easy. You know, for them to hear that and have to deal with that. But that's also what it really comes down to. Is JLR. Now, from what we understand, it has been quiet by the sheriff's office, sheriff's complex, and it also, I don't think there's been any activity outside of Annie's house today. So, at different times, we're not getting reports that agents are in the area, you know, scouring the way they were the past couple of days. That is not going on. So, I was on with JLR earlier. That's him all in the red. Very popular on YouTube. He travels all over. The guy works hard. This is our first time collaborating. Thank you for that, everybody. Yep. She is still missing. I don't know. But I can tell you, people are, you know, there's still so much about this that we don't know. It's hard to ignore the possibility, because nothing's been ruled out. So the possibility that, was she targeted because of who her daughter is? I mean, I don't like to say that, but until we know who it is and why they chose her, I think it's, if we're going to be realistic, you certainly can't rule that out. I don't think so. I think it's interesting that they have not ruled anyone out. I think that's very odd. So no one's been ruled out? Not even? The family has not been ruled out? Okay, so I think this is big, and I want to show you. I mean, a lot of times people are breaking things, and again, I'm not trying to be Mr. Know-it-all here, but by being here on the scene, you learn a lot, and then people connected to it know it. So this is just coming over. Fox News breaking: FBI sheriff want to talk to the man with the backpack seen in the video just miles from the home on the same night of her disappearance. So on the same night that she disappeared, this guy is seen with the backpack on a ring cam. I suppose it could be a coincidence. But for those that are wondering, we have been showing that image. So I don't feel necessarily compelled to keep showing. We have shown it. We have shown it. I don't feel necessarily compelled to keep showing. We have shown it. We have shown it. So again, everybody, thank you for following. Please tap the screen. Make sure you follow the page. We are right here in front of the house. If I thought that there was something more exciting or something going on somewhere, I would go. But I think at the very least, for everybody on TikTok, we provide the chat. You can be with other people that are discussing the case, theories on the case. Right now, you know, I'm open to, if you want to put you know, what your theory is. If you want to put where you're watching from. I'm still holding out hope. I'm still holding out hope. I don't know if people then think that I'm being unrealistic, but I'll admit it is alarming to see the FBI say recovery. That, yeah, I mean that's definitely concerning. That's not a good sign. But it's 12 days. So it's 12 days. See, they're putting out now, but we've had this guy. There he is. So the night of the abduction, he was seen on this Ring camera video, and they want to know who that is. So we'll be on guard for something like that tonight. Notice he does have his hand on that, and so that looks like that could be a palm print right there, as a matter of fact. I want to show you that again. They may already be looking and have an idea of who that is. When I want to show that again, see the palm print that he has, right? See the left hand? So I know the FBI, they've been there and they have lifted prints off of that gate. So that could end up turning into a big development with this. So the latest again, so there's two big developments for today. One is this was put out that the FBI is offering a reward up to $50,000, information leading to the recovery of Nancy Guthrie and or for the arrest conviction of anyone involved in the disappearance. And they show the 3 images of the person that we saw they put out on Tuesday going into seen outside of her door. So there's that. They have been requesting a lot of Ring camera video from anyone in this area. But I think the biggest news is the FBI, they want to know who this guy is. Somebody knows who that is. That's somebody's uncle, neighbor, you know, I don't know who it is. But someone will know who that is. Someone will know from his movements exactly who that individual is. And I can tell you that the FBI, thank you everybody. Look at that, 769. Can we hit 800,000 likes? That would be fantastic. Help me get there. Support the coverage. Someone's going to know who that is. I want to show you again. There is video of him walking. And a lot of times, you know what's interesting about the walk is everyone has, you don't even realize it, but everyone has a different gait as they talk about it, trying to unlock a gate. Here it is, it's about to pop up. So this was from a Ring camera video. You see him going around. He's by the blue recycle bin. And then he's going to go up. See him put the backpack? He's trying to get through that gate. So someone is going to see that, see him. He doesn't even have a mask on. And he's got the backpack and he's got the coat. And someone's going to say, wait a minute, I know who that is. That's, you know, whoever. I think we're going to be able to determine who that is. I have faith that someone is going to do the right thing and contact the authorities and say, I have an idea of who that individual is. Here's someone coming. Can't tell, is that like a little, looks like a stuffed animal of some kind? It seems to be. Oh, here's some people bringing flowers. It's very nice, folks, with the neighbors that come. Yellow is the color of hope to bring her back. These are some neighbors that are leaving this. Again, folks, tap the screen, share that you are watching as we're getting close to 800,000 likes. Wow, that's nice. Planting a blue flag. Oh, and a sign. Let's see what it says. Oh. Do you see what the sign says?
Something about Guthrie.
What is it?
Just something about Guthrie. We're praying
Okay.
for you or something.
Yeah. Folks, JLR's right here on the scene. And this guy is the hardest working guy in the business. Much respect. I'm telling people. My first experience, hardest working guy. Good to collaborate with you. We're on the right side of this thing. I'm gonna let this vehicle pass.
Neighbor,
Neighbor.
you make the sign.
Yeah.
That is very nice. I think you could maybe tape it to the back of the rock so it doesn't.
Are some of the other neighbors?
Or maybe put it on the pole. Maybe.
ribbons? I know that.
No, it can. No, I
think so, yeah.
Something to the.
if you tape it to the rock, it should be okay.
Neighborhood to show some display of support and encouragement and love for the family as a community, and we're all heartbroken. It's a really special community. We just don't want to see this whole neighborhood in such trauma, and our hearts are with the Guthrie family right now.
Do you know Nancy? Have you met her before?
I have
her
not.
family?
No, we just live in the neighborhood. We walk around the area, and all news. Pretty shocking.
Can you talk about it? You live in a beautiful area, and it's so tranquil and peaceful, and just I can tell all the neighbors how shocking this is. What has happened?
Yeah, we don't. It's just such a special community. It's a special place. There's such
Yes.
a beauty of wildlife and vegetation and sky and mountains. And that's why I think the Guthrie family had such a great heart and spirit for this community. And so it's pretty shocking to even have this happen here.
What do you want to tell Savannah? She'll see this.
This whole community's for you. We embrace you. We're praying for you. We love you. And we just want your mom to come home.
Have you spoken with? Have FBI agents been to your house? You've talked to them.
Yep.
Yeah. What have they asked you?
To surveil our backyard or property and our cameras, see if there's anything. We don't have anything on our cameras.
Nothing came up.
Were they in your backyard trying to see if they could find anything?
Yeah.
How long were they there for?
We chatted about a good 10 minutes, and they were back there, I think, about another 10 minutes.
What day was this?
Saturday, I think.
I get the sense the entire community is kind of rallying together about this.
I think so. I think that's the heart of this community. Tucson's a special town. This neighborhood is so incredibly special.
What made you choose to live here in the Catalina foothills? I mean, this is
All the things that they're telling everybody,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
The sunshine,
The lack of lights.
yes.
the community, and just how special it is. You can see javelinas and coyotes and the beautiful
Bobcats.
birds and bobcats, and I think that's, from what I understand, Nancy was attracted to, and I think that's what brings everyone here from all over the country.
Savannah has said that her mom just really loved this area and absorbed the area, and it was just, it added to her soul.
Absolutely. The desert's a special place. You can feel such a rootedness here, such a connection with the environment, with the heritage of this whole land. And I think this whole town is so integrated with the heritage of this land. And you feel it when you're around the saguaros and you're around the palo verdes and the animals and the birds. It's extraordinary, and I think that's what the Guthrie family has felt here, guys. And
What does your sign say?
Guthrie family, we embrace you all. Send in love and prayer, your Catalina Foothill community.
That's beautiful.
What made you want to come here and leave that sign?
You know, there's so much going on in the community now, and to just see this happen, I think we both get so moved. Just want to reach out and embrace and share love, and let her know that this community is supports her.
Safe here right now?
I think so. I think they're feeling safe. I mean, obviously, we're in grief about Nancy, and we typically don't consider this a dangerous neighborhood. I don't think it is at all. But, you know, we'll think twice. But I don't think we're a profile person. So,
And your neighbors first? You live in a neighborhood here?
Yeah.
yeah, my name is Roy again.
Really nice, folks.
V-A-N-B-U-I.
Hope you guys can see that I jump right in, kind of lead a lot of the questions.
Let them know that every night,
Know what it's like. I've interviewed some of these people. Okay, they're going to get a little bit of a traffic jam. Folks, see, this is what I mean. You know, those people are doing what they can, and right now, the best thing they could do is just come and leave that note and some yellow flowers and try to send some positive vibes to Savannah, right? So that's why I don't understand the people who like
You feel safe enough in your own community right now?
who cares about the story or that type of thing.
Okay.
I don't.
yeah, we feel safe. This is such a safe community. And, first thing it's really established is we need to have people, to my knowledge, to stay.
Yeah.
Tell me, why are you doing it? What's your name?
Maureen. Yes. No, Gilardi. Maureen. Well, they sent out a message and said if you're in support of the community, so you could bring some flowers, that would be nice. And definitely, because we have no
Come on.
other way
Oh,
to
you can come. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Crisis averted. A little bit of a traffic jam.
What are you hoping specifically about?
Thank you, everybody, as we, you know, I recognize that a number of people want to ask about, you know, do you feel safe here and so forth, but
It's a beautiful area that's been secluded.
I just think you want to highlight these people coming out here, a gesture like that they are. Thank you for all the crowns. Thank you for the donuts, all of our live gifts. Please tap the screen as we're getting close to 900,000 likes. So I you know, they're neighbors. I didn't want to ask who they are, what their name is, or anything like that. Simply because they just wanted to come, and I think that's really nice to show their support. You know, they feel it's a very helpless feeling.
Hopefully we have your response. Hate to invade your space.
Not at all. We just
Well,
want to.
luckily we're not on the street.
Now, folks, also the FBI, they said had been. It's beautiful. Thank you. That's the drone you can hear up ahead.
Yeah. I moved down here.
Now, folks, I look at how, thank you very much, Steph. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Look who's back. We go from a positive moment to every day can't be a sunny day. Remember, for every mountain there's a deep valley. Jesus, I'm gonna stop at CVS and pick up some. What was the runner-up outfit? What was like? I almost went with this. I don't want to dwell. Let's not dwell. Oh, that's right. Let me show that. Savannah released some video. Good. About, let me play that. I think of her with her mom. I meant to play that earlier, but then we get distracted. Here we go. Let's see. Here it is. Wow. Oh, here comes the school bus. All right, Harry, move it before you get blinded. I know, that was beautiful. I'm gonna play it again. Savannah posted that on Instagram. Remember, Savannah's dad passed away, so that's why you see Nancy with the 3 children. Folks, please tap the screen as we get close to 1 million. I'm gonna keep playing this till we hit 1 million. It's also the brother and Annie as well. No, that's all right. Wait, her mom had like the Mary Tyler Moore hairstyle. Nancy.
Siempre lo tengo en mi carro.
Almost there. Tap that screen. Oh, good. Thank you, everybody. We're at 1 million. Wow. As we come up on getting close to the top of the hour, again, we remain outside the home. Thank you, everybody. Another marathon live. Make sure you follow the page. Thank you for all those live gifts. But what I'd like is, definitely giving you content that you're not just getting anywhere else, and a different vibe and a different experience with it. I'll say again, I feel bad for the people that don't get it. The people that just say, like, who cares and that type of thing. I don't know what to tell you. There's just always going to be people like that, I guess. Everyone's been very generous with our live gifts. Yep. And I also like how it certainly seems to be bringing the community together, as those people said. So, one thing, it is a very beautiful area. And you can tell the people, they live here for a reason. It is very peaceful. They don't like lights. There's definitely like a calming presence here. I'm really blown away by it. But what happened here is just so awful. Okay, top of the hour. Let's give an update. Again, why not? That's why people are tuning in. Again, thank you everybody for supporting the live stream and our coverage here. All right, let me see. Interesting. Okay. Now, we do have some news today. We do have an update. Now, no, they didn't find her. But that doesn't mean that we don't have updates. Okay, we'll start with the morning. Earlier today, this tent, and I will walk over. I know at risk is glitchy, but I will move, reposition. Earlier this morning, and I'll show you right in the front, we're right by the side of the house. But that tent was put up from what we understand, FBI specialists were really examining that front where you see the person going in. I believe there's even, I'm not exactly sure, but something very high tech that they were able to use. They weren't there, that is even, I'm not exactly sure, but something very high tech that they were able to use. They weren't there that processing right now, especially that guy, whoever that was, he grabbed the flowers. So his prints could be there. Then we have this. The FBI is now offering a $50,000 reward. Anyone with information leading to the recovery of Nancy Guthrie and or the arrest conviction of anyone involved in her disappearance. 1-800-CALL-FBI, and you see the 3 images. And then we have the other big news of the day. Some people don't understand what a fashion faux pas it is to not go to a spray tan when then they're going to be wearing cowboy boots and pale white legs on television. I'm not saying it's a crime. I don't want to say that that's a crime, but definitely a fashion faux pas. I hope the authorities are looking at her. I wouldn't say it's a, oh, still getting the mail. I wouldn't say it's a crime, but at the very least it should be a misdemeanor, you would think. All right, hold on. There we go. But to me, she did. Yeah. Yep. Now, again, to me though, the big news of the day is that right now there is an international manhunt for this individual, whoever this is. He was seen in the area on the night that Nancy Guthrie was abducted, and police want to speak to this individual. So if anyone knows who that is, thank you, Wendy. Anyone knows who that is, and I'll show you the video. He was going through a gate in this area. Notice the jacket and the backpack. I also want to say, listen, for those that say there's nothing wrong with pale white legs in cowboy boots when you're going to be on TV, I don't know what to, I don't know what to tell you. So, listen, I don't make the rules, but it's an affront to society. It is, it's just such a fashion faux pas in this day and age. You go to CVS, you get some tanning cream, or you could easily go and get a spray tan, but you don't parade around out here with pale white legs. Listen, if there's someone that doesn't understand that, I can't help you, okay? I can't help you. I'm just telling you that, it's the same. Let me also just say this. There are certain things that people can say that, I'm entitled to my opinion. And I'm not gonna argue with them about that. But there's certain things that you don't have. It's not a matter of, I have my own opinion. You don't wear white after Labor Day. You wear white between Memorial Day and Labor Day. I didn't make the rule, but that's the rule. So there are some people that are going to say, well, it's my opinion, and so I'm not. It's not debatable. That's just the way it is. Either we're going to have norms, or we're not. And there's just so many. It's kind of like people that show up for someone's house for dinner and they don't bring anything. Oh, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I guess if you're having dinner at a trailer park, there isn't. But, society would be that you bring something. Again, I'm not going to debate it. If there's people saying there's nothing wrong with that, then, that's part of the whole. You're not part of the solution. You're part of the problem. But let me show the video. Again, we're at 1 million likes. The only thing better than 1 million likes is 1,000,001. Oh, that's different. Okay, and also the reward is up to. All right, this is new. FBI Phoenix. The reward is now up to 100,000. The reward is up to 100,000. The suspect is 5'9" to 5'10", and the reward is now $100,000. 100,000, leading to the arrest and conviction. So now they also put out backpack information. Somebody has that. The Ozark information. Somebody has that. The Ozark. So they believe that's the backpack that individual is wearing. So this is new information right now. Reward upped, and that's the backpack from FBI Phoenix, who does a great job. Again, the reward is now 100,000. This is like an auction. So that's big. I want to show the video of that individual walking. Here it is. You're going to see it in just a second. There he is. I know it's a little tough with the glare. But they want to talk to this individual. Who is this guy? This was the night that she was abducted. See him at the fence? Now, I believe his fingerprints are there. He doesn't have the gloves on. That goon. Who knows him? Who knows this goon? Got 100 large riding on it. Could buy a lot of spray tans. That's for sure. Yep. All right. Now,
And you guys just mentioned it. Thousands and thousands of tips coming in real time to the FBI and the Pima County Sheriff's Department. So much of the activity.
now, I also, again, I know some people that's rude or that. Thank you, Chris M. Listen, we were at a crowd. We were at some kind of a scene. I think it was 2 months ago. I don't remember. And some guy showed up wearing white socks and Crocs. I was begging the police to arrest him. I mean, you don't. It's like someone with socks with sandals. There's do's and don'ts. You just don't. For people that say that that's rude, I think it's offensive and rude too for the guy that was wearing the socks and white Crocs. And he was yelling at police because an area was blocked off, that there was an accident, and his wife was coming home and he was supposed to have a hot meal on the table. So, but I'm like, who would do that? Socks and white. I mean, you just don't. I mean, I guess you could argue it's all the way you're raised, but that's like someone that doesn't, a gentleman always has a handkerchief. All right, this is good. Everyone's putting the backpack out. I like this. The reward is now 100,000. Leads to the location of Nancy Guthrie or the arrest and conviction of anyone involved. So this is big, and this is also This is now 100 large. The reward keeps coming up. Now, we have more information. Thank you, everybody. Look at that, 1,100,000. If everybody would tap the screen, actually, I think yesterday we had 1,200,000. So actually, as I think of it, I treat this like golf. You know, you want to beat your personal best. If I shoot a 98, the next time I play golf, I want to shoot or try to shoot a 97 and so forth. You never want to go backwards. So if you'd be so kind to tap the screen. Now listen, I also want to, there's going to be a little humor here. There's going to be a little humor to kind of break things up a little bit, right? I think many of you are following the page and you understand that we approach things with a little bit of humor. And everything doesn't have to be doom and gloom, so to speak, right? Do this. I think so. I hope so. Maybe is what I should be saying. Right? I mean, we have to have hope. Some of the neighbors are telling me that Nancy has a good sense of humor. Right? Christ had a good sense of humor. Some of the apostles said Christ was hilarious if you caught him on a good night after he had, turned some water into wine. That's what I had heard. Some of the apostles had said that at times Christ was hilarious. I know that Peter and Paul said sometimes when they were out in the boat, and then he's like, all right, here we go again. Boom, fill the nets. And they'd all be doubled over laughing. So I think laughter is good. A lot of the apostles, from what I understand, I'm Roman Catholic, but a lot of the apostles had a really good sense of humor. As it's written in some of the scripture, they talk about sometimes some of those trips were just all-timers, especially, at a wedding when they'd be bugging him about the water into wine. So my point is, I don't think it's offensive if we inject a little bit of lightheartedness here and humor. If that upsets some people, I can't. So, but you're probably still the same people saying, she looks fine. She doesn't look fine. She doesn't look fine. All right, I'm not going to dwell on that. People have said it should be a bigger reward. It's a bigger reward. Okay? People have said, I think the reward should be bigger. Well, it is bigger. Who honks horns? That's another thing. Stop this horn honking. This is a peaceful neighborhood. I don't know what these people are doing. I know some people think, what's taking so long? Listen, it doesn't work that way. This is real life. This, they're trying. They're trying to find Nancy. Now see, that's nice. I just received an email from, and I said it earlier, that her prayer group has invited me to join them. And I just received a message from one of the members of the prayer group who said, we are watching you right now, and this is the first time I have laughed since this happened. Thank you for the laughter. Well, I appreciate that then, if I can bring them a little joy. I like that, yes. Let's see. New suspect description from the FBI. The suspect is a male, 5'9" to 5'10", average build. So that's who we're looking for. Oh, here comes some more flowers. Very, very nice. Oh. It's a neighbor. That's very nice. Yep. Yep. Okay, let's go to suspect described from the FBI. Male, 5'9", 5'10", average build. In the video, he's wearing the Ozark Trail Hiker backpack. Reward is $100,000. Okay. The nerdy Esquire, who I'm following him now, is saying larger reward signal the investigators are running out of leads, struggling to find solid answers. Or it could be they feel they're getting closer. They need a break. They need a break in the case. Yep. Now I know FBI Phoenix is not Wow. Whoa. Port. That is very nice.
I moved recently, but I met some time.
You don't know them personally. Thank you so much. Can I get your name and spelling?
Last name was Rose, R-O-S.
Thank you so much.
Courtney, those are beautiful flowers.
Oh, thank you.
So you moved here. This is a beautiful. This,
I live like.
but that doesn't matter. But this is a really peaceful, beautiful area.
Absolutely, yeah.
So
Very desirable area.
it is, and this is, you can tell, like this has just been an uproar of what it's done to
Oh
your
yes, absolutely.
peaceful area.
It's not like the area.
No,
yeah.
no. But people seem, they really appreciate nature. They're very active. Seems like a tight-knit community. So that's beautiful. You brought the yellow flowers over for her.
Yes.
Show support.
Thank you.
Okay. Thanks for doing that, Courtney.
You know, I'm offended. Okay. Is there any, what would you say that it's Savannah?
Oh my God. I don't even know what to say. I can't imagine. Their whole family. I really feel for them.
Thank you, everybody.
It's really horrible. I really do.
It is. Please tap the screen. We're close to 1 million too. 1.2 million. We're very close to that. Make sure you follow the page again. We're not going anywhere. This is day 12. Unless there's some huge development. It looks like tomorrow is day 13.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Oh, I know. I have 2 pit bulls. Oh, well, you're good. This is, yeah. Yeah.
Hold on, I want to play Savannah's video again. Yep. Folks, where is Nancy? I do feel bad for the people in this neighborhood. I mean, as I said, it's a really beautiful area. And not so fast. I don't know why it's not loading. Oh, here we go. Okay. This is a video that Savannah posted earlier today. Tap that screen. How about some donuts? Do it for Nancy. We're not going anywhere. Day 12. We are not leaving. Child of God. My friends in the prayer group. Thank you, Cooper. I love that Savannah put this out, sending positive vibes to Nancy Guthrie. Thank you, Mel. Look what a great job she did. Savannah's dad passed away. Nancy Guthrie raised those 3 children, deep faith in God. Imagine the joy of watching her daughter Savannah become the star that she's become. What a remarkable story. We are not leaving until we hit 1.2 million likes. We can do it. Oh, look how beautiful her mom. Look how beautiful Nancy is. So proud of Savannah. Wow. Oh my goodness, folks. Wow. Where is she? Who would take her? Who would do something like that? Why would you take an 84-year-old woman with a pacemaker sleeping in the middle of the night?
Literal voy a poner lo que hizo el diseño para no moverle mucho porque... Ok, dale.
They have to find her. Right? Have to find her. I don't know where she is. We don't. We just don't know where she is. That's right, Janine. The reward is now up to 100,000 for who took her. I want to do a recap, and we'll walk as we do it. So this is day 12. This is right outside the home of Nancy Guthrie. Neighbors have been coming by, leaving these yellow flowers, leaving messages. There is the reward. FBI has upped the reward to now 100,000. They now believe the suspect to be 5'9", 5'10", and there's also an individual that was seen in the area the same night of the abduction, and they're looking for that individual. So right now, on day 12, still no sign of Nancy Guthrie, but now there is a man that police want to talk to going into a neighbor's yard. Once again, this is her home. This is the front of her home. This is where neighbors have been leaving all these beautiful yellow flowers for Nancy. And again, this is the front. We also saw some nice crosses, and also a little beard and a message to the Guthrie family. And then, of course, the sheriff still standing guard in Tucson.
I do. Nick, so nice to meet you. I feel like we met. Yes. Do you now a picture? Wait, you're at
All right, now I'm gonna walk in front of the house. It could get glitchy. So everyone just be prepared for that. Hopefully, Chris and we won't get too many complaints. Folks, if I could just get 14 donuts. We're 14 donuts away. It'd be a fantastic day with our live stream. There we go. Thank you, Deanna. There's Lashy. There they climb. Folks, I hope you enjoy the coverage. I mean, it's not easy. I'm glad I came out here, traveled here to bring this to you. I like how this is growing. We did see the neighbor that brought the little stuffed animal. Again, there's the driveway. And again, it could get glitchy, and there's the, thank you everybody. What a great crowd we have. Hey, today is day 12. As I said, I'm not going anywhere. If anything breaks tonight, we're gonna be back. Here's the front, there's the sheriff. We are not leaving. Just gonna relocate. Hopefully it's not too glitchy.
Last year or so in Arizona, we have new laws about DNA.
There's JLR. This is Aaron Katursky of ABC News. He's getting ready to go live with the network on World News Tonight. There's Trace Gallagher. There's Trace Gallagher.
Disabled the doorbell here at Nancy Guthrie's house, and then 5 minutes later, move up here. Let's get out of there.
Yeah.
I guess this is where they shoot. I don't know. I haven't
I've been seeing you out here riding this. I'm like, hey, man.
12.
His name's John. Hey, your name's John. It's a
And
group
you,
of
John.
Johns. And it's, you know, they got the feeds and everything like that. So they put them back. Everyone's go ahead. As you were saying.
Yeah, I think that somebody had kind of planned this out. But in this kind of environment, try to look for stuff. You know, I mean, this is like the hardest thing. I talked to one of the FBI agents that were out looking at another one.
Oh, you talked. They were looking.
Yeah. Well, they've been.
There you can see that's Trace with Fox.
A week ago Monday.
Okay, now next to Trace Gallagher, that's Aaron Katursky.
Well,
ABC World News Tonight with David Muir. Look at the lighting. See, I'm always fascinated. That's Aaron. I knew, and I dealt with Aaron when he was with the ABC Radio Network. And then he moved over to, well, he's about to go live. He is actually live right now on ABC. So, notice the lighting. They have light screens, perfectly lit. Aaron's a really, really nice guy.
Did they do like a
Great
search
reporter.
then, like
And then
searches?
next to
How
him,
many police were here? Who was
that's
here?
Trace Gallagher. They have him out here at Fox.
Sunday. What day? Sunday.
Monday was the first day I came to town, Monday morning. And by that time, there were at least a dozen sheriff's cars. There was a couple of search and rescue teams. And they were trying to lay out a grid, but you know, like I said, if you look at this neighborhood, try to lay out a grid. It's not easy. My property is a good example of that because they had to move something because nobody knew where the property line correctly was and put a pool right in front of our property. So we got some of theirs and some.
Uh-oh, you got encroachment going on?
What's that?
Got some encroachment going on?
Well, that was 30 years ago.
Yeah, back then it's like, hey, the gentleman's shade or anything like that. You look up property lines now, like people have building homes back in the day. So you were, how far do you live from here? Did they come to your house, the feds ask about it? They did?
Yeah.
When did they come?
Well, the first ones, I've had twice now, the first ones came.
They did?
Yeah.
When did they come?
Well, the first ones, I've had twice now, the first ones came. They came, I think it was Monday afternoon, Tuesday, either Monday or Tuesday, Monday or Tuesday. Yeah. And they wanted to know about cameras and just that,
Check your yard.
Como le explicaba, el
Yeah, they do that. It seems like that's the common theme. They got this like common thing. Oh, your neighbors get
Yeah, they had they were going up and down. The one time I didn't say anything, just saw a couple guys, and then yesterday, I was over about half a mile over that way, and I saw a couple of guys and noticed his badge, and I was like, these guys aren't sheriffs. And said, how you doing? And I noticed they were FBI, so I thought they were.
All right, folks,
with you, or were they kind of
as we are going on, I'm not exactly sure what time it is. Hold on. Yes, 4:30. Yes. So, listen, everybody. Thank you. Thank you to Great Job by Chris M. Thank you for watching and supporting. Thank you for all the live gifts. Thank you for tapping the screen. Thank you for following the page. Well, it's day 12. It's 4:30 locally. I'm going to recharge, get something to eat. If anything breaks, we're going to be back. If there's no development, we're right back here tomorrow or wherever the investigation leads. So thank you, everybody. We're going to say good night or good afternoon for now, right here out in front of Nancy's home. Thank you, everybody.